Hey everybody, and welcome back. In this video today we'll be building this text animation where the text sort of does this slinky effect where it trails after the text after it, sort of like the snake video I created a week ago. So it basically does the same thing except we're using text instead of divs. That's all it is. So let's get started. The first thing I'll do is I'll get rid of all of this source code so we can start from scratch, and then I can generate my boilerplate code. And you'll want to go to Gsap, so you can search up Gsap link and click on this right here, and then scroll down, keep scrolling down until you find this. So copy all of that and then paste it into your code. This will allow you to do those amazing animations that CSS normally wouldn't be able to do. Well, it would be able to, but it would just take a lot of time and tweaking around to make it exactly the way you want. So Gsap does all that for you without having to use CSS. That's why I like using it so much. So now we can just create a script tag, another one, and I'll call a for loop. For var I equals 0 while I is less than 30. This number determines how many text you want, so I'll just make it 30. So for var I equals 0 while I is less than 30, we'll do I++. And what we're going to do in here is we'll create a variable called text, and we'll set it to document.create element, and the element we'll be creating is a div, so I'll just type div like that, and then I'll give the text a class list of text as well. Then we'll do document.body.append child text. So basically what we're doing is we're creating 30 divs, since we're calling this for loop 30 times, and at each iteration it's going to create a div with a class of text, and then we'll be appending it, we'll be putting it onto our browser. And then we can do document.addEventListener mouse move, so when you hover over the document, as long as your mouse is moving over it, even if you're clicking on it, then we'll just do E, that's the parameter for our function, and we'll be using arrow functions this time. And I'll do gsap.to, so this is going to change whatever its current condition is to whatever we set it to. So 2, and the first parameter, it's asking for the element that we want to select, so that's our text class, and then a set of curly braces, and in here we can do anything we want. So I'll set the x value to e.clientx, and then the y will be e.clientY, and I'll set a stagger of -0.05. You'll see what this does in a minute once the text actually appears in our browser. So now if I go into my CSS, I didn't create a file or anything, I just created 2 style tags, because creating too many files can get kind of messy and confusing and unorganized. That's why I just like using it within my code. Anyways, now I'll style my body, my background color, my browser, and give it a background color of black. The width will be 100%. Height will be 100% as well. And then we can do .text position absolute, font weight bold, color white, font size for REM, so it's big enough for us to read. Then we can do transform translate -50%, -50%, give it a width of 120 pixels, height of 120 pixels as well. And the reason why our text is not appearing is because we forgot to give it text.innerHTML equals cool text, or anything you want it to be. I'm just going to call it cool text. And now if we save and refresh, it hasn't appeared yet on our browser, but that's okay, it should very soon. I could try checking my console and see what's wrong. So I'll just open up my console, and apparently there's an error, so it says document.create element. Oh, I forgot the E in element. That's why nothing is working. And now we have our text. And you might think this is cool already, but to make it even cooler, we can make it change colors. So I'm going to call a function called function random hex color code. And inside this function, I'll create a variable called chars. Var chars equals 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F, and that's it. Because those are the characters that will be used in hexadecimal colors. And then the length of our color will be 6. And the color will be an empty string because we'll be picking a random value from this variable right here, a random character, and then appending that random character onto our variable. And we can do that by calling another for loop. So we'll do for var I equals 0. This variable I right here won't get referred to the other for loop over here because they're not in the same scope. This isn't a function, so if you declare a variable within a function, it won't be referred outside the function. It's only going to be used within that specific function. And then I can do for var I equals 0, and while I is less than color length, so this is basically saying while I is less than 6, then just keep running the loop until it's no longer less than 6. So we're going to increment I by 1 every single iteration. And I'll create one more variable called var random color equals math.floor. And I'll do math.random, so we'll pick a random number and then round it down. That's why I picked floor. You can do ceil if you want, but I'm just going to do floor. And then I'll do times chars.length. And to actually append the value onto our color, we'll have to do chars.substring random color, and then for the second parameter it will be random color plus 1. And then we want this function to return a hashtag because all hexadecimal colors start with the £, or hashtag, plus the color. So now we can create one more function called function new color. That's the name of it. And I can call that text variable again, so I can do document.query selector all dot text, so we're selecting all of our text elements. And then I'll do text.forEach. This is a very handy JavaScript method that allows you to manipulate multiple elements at once, like change the styles of it, all of it at once simultaneously. That's why I like using it so much. So for the new color, it's going to be var new color equals random hex color code, and make sure we call the function by typing these set of parentheses, not curly braces but parentheses. And then we'll do e.style.color equals new color. Then we'll do e.style.opacity. I'm just going to set it to a random value, maybe 0.78. And to make this function actually work, to make it actually change the color of the text every time, we have to set an interval by typing var interval. We can create an interval, so I'll just type var interval equals set interval, and the name of the function, which is new color, and then how often we want it to run. So now you see it's changing colors every 500 milliseconds, which is half a second. And that's pretty much all there is for this project. You can play around with it, make it slither around all over the place like a snake. It's just very satisfying to play with, and I just think it's really cool. So you guys should try it out. And I guess this is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to go check out my other videos. And if there's anything you didn't like about this video, make sure to let me know about your feedbacks by posting your comment in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, because I'll be posting more videos just like this. And other than this, I hope you guys have a nice day, and I hope to see you again in my next video.